fanfic critic. I read it, you listen. I can't believe it. 2 years, people. It's been 2 years since I started this show on YouTube back on January 6th of 2010. And here we are, 2 years later. It's kind of amazing that I've been reviewing fanfics for that long, and that you guys have been watching me for that long. Yeah. Now you're probably thinking, ooh, the fanfic critic must be reading a really bad fanfic for today, right? Well, I'm hoping it's not a bad fanfic. Mainly because the last time I decided to purposely seek out a bad fanfic for my 1-year anniversary last year, well, this happened. Which resulted in, this happening. Which concluded with, this happening. Yeah. We can safely assume that left a mark. And my head was hurting for a good week afterwards. So, I'm just going through my list of requests this time and not purposely seeking out a bad fanfic. And hopefully the fanfic that I've landed on today is not a bad one, because I really don't want to get another concussion from Susan, if you know what I mean. Okay, that was kind of creepy. Moving forward, let's take a look at today's fanfic. The fanfic is called Driven by Love, Book 1, Everyone Makes Mistakes, by Akira Sheinhardt, or Shayharder. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, I'm sorry. Okay, it's an Alvin and the Chipmunks fanfic. It's in cartoons. It's rated T, it's English, it's romance tragedy, it's Alvin S. and Brittany M., and it has 177 reviews. I looked at the word count for this story. It's over 100,000 words, so clearly I'm not going to be reading the entire thing out loud to you guys. I'm just going to read the first chapter, which the first chapter is a decent size, so it'll make a decent episode. Oh, and if you're wondering if I'm going to do something interesting with my voice for this one, I think I will. I won't speed up the audio. I'll just speak in a high-pitched voice when it comes to the Chipmunks. That way it'll be in character. So let's get started with the author's note. Everyone makes mistakes. Hello everyone. I thought of the beginning of this story when I saw the French Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will gets shot. This story takes place after the end of Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet the Wolf Man, meaning that they are 8/9 years old. Hope you guys like it. Read and review. Chapter 1. The Mistake. It had been an interesting night. Principal Milliken had resigned and had left Mr. Talbot as the new principal, who had just recovered from being a werewolf. Theodore, who had been a werewolf, cured both of them. The school had put on the play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which had almost been ruined by the werewolf scare, but was saved by the quick thinking of the Chipmunks and Chipettes. Afterwards, at the warp party in the gym, everything about Milliken's resignation and Talbot's retirement was announced. The Chipmunks and Chipettes played one final song as a goodbye to Mr. Milliken, and now it was time to clean up the gym. All right, thank you guys for helping, Ms. Milliken said as she tied the last bag of garbage. Oh, sorry, it's Dave. Sorry. No problem. I'm just glad we could all be of help to you, Dave said as he started to pick up the bags of garbage. I'm sure we're all going to miss you. Don't count on it, Alvin mumbled under his breath, earning a light smack from Dave. Thank you, Ms. Milliken said again. And Alvin, even though you drove me crazy over the years multiple times, I'm going to miss everyone. Even you, she said as she placed a hand on Alvin's shoulder and gave him a last smile. Yeah, I'll miss you too, Alvin said as he smiled back at her. And I know I don't sound exactly like them, but give me a break. I'm just making my voice higher, so I'm not going to do what I did for some romantic conversation where I just sped up the audio, because it was like almost impossible to understand what the heck I was saying. All right, boys, let's go, Dave said as he headed for the exit. Girls, do you need a lift, or is Miss Miller going to pick you up?
Well, we're not sure,
Eleanor said as she looked around towards her sisters, looking for an answer.
I thought we were going to walk home,
Jeanette said, her attention shifting from cleaning to the conversation. It's almost 10:30. I'm not letting you girls walk home alone. Hurry and finish and we'll drop you off, Dave said as he started helping them clean. It took about an extra 10 minutes, but soon everything was clean and everybody was heading home. Alvin, you and Brittany go and make sure we don't forget anything. We'll be in the car waiting for you to come back, Dave said as he headed out with the other chipmunks and chipettes.
Okay, let's get this over with,
Brittany said as she rolled her eyes. She couldn't stand being alone with Alvin or being in school. Putting them both together was horrible.
You check over there and I'll check over here,
Brittany said as she pointed Alvin in the opposite direction.
I didn't find anything, did you?
Alvin said as he walked back over to Brittany, who simply shook her head.
All right then, I think we have everything. All right then, let's hurry up and get out of here,
Brittany said as she casually sped walked to the exit.
Wait, Brittany,
Alvin said before she left the building.
I was wondering. Hurry up, I don't have all day.
Brittany said as she turned around and put her hands on her hips.
I was wondering if you would like to,
Alvin stammered.
Spit it out.
Brittany said in a slow, mocking voice.
If you would like to go out with me tomorrow?
Alvin finally said as his face turned bright red and his vision turned to the floor.
What?
Brittany said in astonishment.
Did Alvin just ask me what I think he did?
She thought.
You're kidding, right?
Brittany asked.
No, I'm serious.
Alvin said, a little hurt that she would think he would kid around with something like that.
Alvin, we've always hated each other, you know. The whole rivals thing? Arch enemies? Ring any bells?
Brittany said, a little confused.
There's just no way. Alvin would never ask me out,
she told herself.
Brittany,
Alvin began.
I don't want it to be like that anymore. I don't want to fight with you on a regular basis,
Alvin said, not looking directly at her.
I knew it. She doesn't like me. I hope we can still be friends,
he thought.
Brittany, if you don't feel the same way, can we still be friends?
Alvin asked innocently.
I don't know, Alvin. How about you ask me after our date tomorrow night?
She said, smiling.
So that's a yes?
Alvin asked as his face lit up.
That's a yes,
Brittany said as she sighed with happiness.
Let's go, though. We don't need to keep everyone waiting. Fine,
Alvin said as he tried to calm his heart.
She finally said yes. I can't believe it,
Alvin thought.
I don't know exactly what's gone into him, but I kind of like it. I guess I've always liked him. Maybe I was just waiting for him to make the first move.
Brittany thought as they headed out the door. As they entered the car, Alvin and Brittany remained silent and deep in thought while everyone else around them were talking about numerous things.
Hey, Alvin, you okay?
Theodore asked, noticing his brother's silence, which wasn't like him at all.
I'm fine.
What were you talking about again? Alvin asked as he snapped out of his trance.
We were talking about what to do tomorrow after school,
Simon said.
Oh, I don't know. Any ideas yet?
Alvin said, trying to avoid the date between him and Brittany tomorrow.
No, not yet.
Eleanor said, Brittany, do you have any ideas?
Huh? For what?
Brittany asked, also snapping out of her trance.
Oh, nothing.
Eleanor said as she rolled her eyes. After Dave and the chipmunks dropped off the chipettes, they proceeded home themselves and entered the house. Okay, boys, you guys have school tomorrow and it's getting late. Go get ready for bed, Dave said as he led them upstairs. They quickly changed in pajamas, brushed their teeth, and got into bed. After 5 minutes, Simon looked to his left and saw that Alvin wasn't just awake, he was sitting up and looking into space.
Alvin, you've proved that Mr. Talbot was a werewolf. Aren't you satisfied enough to get some sleep?
Simon asked as he put his glasses on and stared at him.
It's nothing like that, Simon. It's because...
Alvin began, then sighed and lay down. You wouldn't care, he said as he closed his eyes.
Not care? Why wouldn't I care?
Simon asked, feeling a little insulted.
I'm his brother. If something's bothering him, I'll care. Okay, how about this? You wouldn't understand.
Alvin said as he quickly opened and shut his eyes.
Not understand?
Simon said angrily.
It's obvious it's bothering you, so just tell me.
Simon said as he walked over and sat on Alvin's bed.
Well, tomorrow I have a date with Brittany,
Alvin said, blushing a little bit.
A date? I thought you and Brittany couldn't stand each other,
Simon asked. Wait, why does it say Simon asked? He stated, I thought that you and Brittany couldn't stand each other. So it shouldn't say Simon asked. It should have said Simon said. No pun intended.
Well, it's been different recently. I don't want to fight with her. I just want to be with her, Alvin said. So, what you're saying is you're nervous?
Simon said, chuckling a little.
Yeah? What of it?
Alvin said as he started getting defensive.
It's just, you're coming to me about date advice.
Simon said as he started laughing.
Oh, who needs you?
Alvin shouted as he covered his head with his blanket.
Alvin, I'm joking,
Simon said. He wasn't laughing anymore. He realized that Alvin was being serious.
Just be yourself. You and Brittany are friends, even if things don't work out romantically between you two. Nothing can change the fact that you're best friends. Thanks, Simon,
Alvin said as he gently smiled at his younger brother.
No problem. Now get some rest. We do have school tomorrow.
Simon said as he took off his glasses and drifted into sleep.
Maybe Simon's right. Maybe if I can't be with can't be Brittany's boyfriend, I can still be her friend.
Alvin thought as he closed his eyes.
I just hope I can be Brittany's boyfriend.
Alvin thought before he drifted off into a deep sleep. At the Miller's house.
Brittany, just tell us where you're going tomorrow night,
Eleanor said as she followed Brittany.
Eleanor, what's going on?
Jeanette asked as she looked up from the book she was reading.
Brittany's going somewhere tomorrow night and she won't tell me.
Eleanor pouted before continuing to chase after Brittany.
Come on, Brittany. You can't keep a secret forever,
Jeanette said as she got up and chased Brittany with Eleanor.
Not you too, Jeanette, Brittany shouted. Why do you care? Why do you two care so much? Because you're our older sister, and we want to know,
Jeanette said firmly.
Besides, if you don't tell us, we're going to follow you and find out ourselves.
Eleanor smirked.
You wouldn't dare,
Brittany said, fire building in her eyes.
Oh, yes, we would, but that's only because we have to. Just tell us and we'll leave you alone,
Jeanette said, giggling.
Fine,
Brittany said as she sighed.
I guess I have no choice, she thought. I'm going on a date with Alvin tomorrow night.
Both Eleanor and Jeanette's eyes widened. They both knew that Alvin and Brittany liked each other, but they never expected for them to ever go out. Don't you mean ever go out? Anytime soon, at least.
Since when?
Eleanor said while giggling.
He asked me tonight,
Brittany said as she lay down on her bed.
So, are you going to go do it?
Eleanor asked in a playful tone.
Of course. I've been waiting for him to ask me forever,
Brittany said as she rolled over on her side.
Well, are you nervous?
Jeanette asked.
Of course, but not because of the date.
Brittany said through her pillow.
If Alvin and I don't make it, we aren't going to be friends anymore.
Brittany screamed as she started to cry.
Brittany, even if you and Alvin don't become a couple, you're still going to be friends. A fight can sever the bond of a relationship, but never can sever the bond of a friendship, especially the one between you and Alvin,
Jeanette said as she started to rub Brittany's back. No comment.
Thanks, guys. I feel a lot better,
Brittany said as she rubbed the tears out of her eyes.
No problem. You're our sister. We're here for you. Always.
Eleanor said as she laid down on her own bed.
She's right. Now let's get some sleep. Tomorrow is Friday anyway,
Jeanette said as she turned off the lamp and put her glasses down.
They're right. Alvin and I are always going to be friends, but maybe I'm ready to be more than that,
Brittany thought before she found herself in a deep sleep. The next day seemed to be a little out of the ordinary. There was a lot less trouble in school because the new principal having more of an impression than the old. Alvin and Brittany also had an off day. Instead of fighting like they normally would, they were acting like a couple. Alvin would help Brittany with her work, give her compliments, and even hold her hand. He was trying really hard to make the relationship work. It was the last class of the day and the only class that Alvin and Brittany didn't have together. Math. As the bell rang, Alvin quickly got out of his seat and rushed towards the door. Alvin, may I have a word with you? Mr. Olson asked before Alvin had the chance to escape.
Yes, Mr. L?
Alvin said as he walked over to his desk. I entrust that you know Rebecca Davidson, he asked while he pointed to the other student beside Alvin who was standing in the room.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alvin stammered. He didn't know her personally, but by being in the same class, he had an idea. Well, she needs a little tutoring, and I'm going out of state this weekend, so I was wondering if you could tutor her tonight. Mr. Olson said as he explained his intentions.
Me? I have a C- in this class, Alvin shouted.
Yes, you have a C minus, but that's only because you're poor homework average. If you would learn to do your homework, you'd pass the class with flying colors, Mr. Olson said, his face turning serious. Now, if you do this, I'll bring your homework average back up to an A, which will make your final grade an A in the class.
Okay, I'll do it, Alvin said as he sighed. Let's go, Rebecca, he said as he led her out of the room.
All right. Just let me go to the bathroom before we leave, Rebecca said as she headed towards the girls' room.
Alvin, I just can't wait for tonight,
Brittany said as she walked up to him.
I'm going to meet you at your house around 6, okay? Okay,
Alvin stuttered as he felt his heart sink.
What am I going to do?
He thought desperately. Just before Rebecca returned, Brittany had given Alvin one last smile and headed off with her sisters.
Alvin, is something wrong?
Rebecca asked as she looked at the red-clad chipmunk who was now pale white.
Everything's fine. What time are we going to be done tonight?
Alvin asked, practically panicking.
I'm not sure. Probably around 5.
Rebecca, I don't know if she's a chipmunk, so I'll just read her normally. I'm not sure. Probably around 5, Rebecca said, still not catching on to why Alvin was acting strange.
Okay,
Alvin said, starting to calm down.
All right, 5. No problem. I'll still have plenty of time for my date with Brittany. Let's go.
Alvin and Rebecca were alone at Alvin's house. Simon and Theodore were over with the Chipettes, and Dave had to do work later than usual. Although Alvin didn't want to be the tutor in the first place, it turned out easier than he imagined. He would just teach her the basics of everything: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. As time went on, Alvin lost track of time before he suddenly looked at the clock. It was 5:30.
Oh no, Rebecca, it's 5:30. You need to leave,
he said as he quickly got up and opened the front door.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right,
Rebecca said as she walked over to him. Care to walk me out? She said in a playful tone. As they walked outside to the sidewalk, Alvin was about to turn and leave, but Rebecca grabbed his arm, which kept him from moving. Oh, God, I wonder what's going to happen.
Rebecca, let me go,
Alvin said as he struggled against her hold. For an 8-year-old, she had a pretty good grip. Alvin, do you want to go out tomorrow? You know, like a date? Rebecca asked as she winked at him. Alvin felt his heart drop.
This is going to be bad, he thought. Rebecca, you're a nice girl, but the reason you need to leave is because I already have a date tonight,
Alvin said, looking away from her. He hated when girls cried, but when he looked into Rebecca's eyes, he saw no tears, no anger, no sadness, just happiness, which made him confused.
Oh, Alvin, who cares? Go out with whoever you want tonight. Dump her, and we'll go out tomorrow night,
Rebecca said as she tightened her grip around Alvin's arms.
No, I don't want to go out with you, Alvin protested. I already have a date with someone who means a lot to me.
Oh, please, maybe this will change your mind. Rebecca says she tugged his arm and kissed him.
What the? Who does this girl think she is?
Alvin said as he tried to pull away, but she kept him from moving anywhere.
Alvin?
A voice said behind them.
No, it can't be. It can't be her,
Alvin thought in horror. The suddenness of the voice shocked both Alvin and Rebecca enough for her to release his grip on him. He slowly turned to see Brittany. She was wearing a beautiful red dress, high heels, and a small red purse in her hands. Alvin simply gawked at her before he realized.
How long has she been there? Alvin thought, his face turning pale. Alvin, what's going on?
Brittany asked. Her eyes were starting to be filled with tears.
Why were you kissing her?
No, Brittany, it's not what you think, Alvin said quickly. He tried to run over to her, but she stopped him.
Really?
Brittany asked in a voice full of both anger and sadness.
You have a date with me, and I come here to find you sucking the face with her? Who is she anyway? Do you know that... You know what? Never mind. You obviously have better things to do than to go out on our date, she said as she stormed off.
Brittany, wait! Alvin screamed. He tried to run after her, but to find that Rebecca had a hold on his arm again.
Let go of me,
Alvin said viciously, quickly yanking his arm out of her grasp and running towards Brittany. Brittany had run out of breath. She had run for about 5 minutes straight. Besides the fact that she was in high heels, she needed a break, so she sat down on the bench next to... she was next to, sorry.
How could Alvin do this? I really thought he liked me. I guess I'm just not good enough for him,
she thought as tears started to come to her eyes.
Brittany!
Alvin screamed as he ran up to her.
Wait, just let me explain. No, Alvin, I know what I saw.
Brittany screamed, her anger taking the best of her.
No, you've got it wrong. She kissed me, he explained. Alvin, am I not good enough for you? I thought you asked me out because you liked me, but I guess that's just what I wanted to believe,
Brittany said as she jumped down from the bench and started to walk off again.
No, Brittany, I would never do anything like that,
Alvin pleaded. Alvin began, but stopped when he saw a dark figure towering over Brittany. All right, kids, I've got a game for you. The man said as he smirked. It's called cooperate and there won't be any trouble. The man said in a scary tone.
What do you want?
Alvin asked as he looked up at the man. What do I want? The man grinning. Well, I want you to go home and not say anything about this. He said as he grabbed Brittany by the arm. And she's coming with me.
No!
Brittany screamed as she kicked him hard in the stomach and tried to run away. You little bitch! The man said as he clutched his stomach. I wasn't going to use this, but I guess I have no choice. He said as he pulled out a silver object from his pocket. It was a gun. Alvin and Brittany both froze when they saw the object. They've both seen enough movies to know what it was and what could happen if they made the wrong move. They both decided to start cooperating, but horror struck over them as the man aimed the gun directly at Brittany. I did have plans for you, but I guess you're just too stubborn for my type, the man said as he prepared to pull the trigger.
Oh no,
Alvin thought as he tried to think of something to do. The only thing came to mind. In a quick second, Brittany saw a red object run in front of her, and she heard a loud bang before everything went black. Oh, a cliffhanger? Did Alvin really do what you think? Did he make it in time? Who knows? Thank you for reading the first chapter to what I hope will be a wonderful story. Review! Well, this story definitely took a turn that I didn't think it was going to go into. Especially seeing it's a story based off of a children's show. Is it a bad story, though? No. I have to say, this first chapter was really impressive. And I'm sorry if all seriousness was taken out of it by my really bad voice acting, but whatever. If you're a fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks, and if this cliffhanger of a chapter got you curious enough, I suggest that you follow the link down below and continue to read the story. I know I will be. Well, I'm the fanfic critic. I read it, you listen, and here's to another year of fanfic critic. If I can survive. By the way, guys, you like the new jacket?